I remember I had celebrated my big 40th birthday with 40 of my closest girlfriends. We all went to Jamaica
Mm.
for my 40th birthday, and it was just a celebration. 4 or 5 days in Jamaica with your closest friends, and it was the party of life. And it was probably the most successful that I had ever been in my career. And between 40 and 41, I gained 75 pounds.
Wow.
I went from 225 pounds to 300 pounds in 1 year. So it was the most successful year professionally, but for some reason, I personally was not thriving. And I really feel, based on what I know now, that I was in some sort of depression that I could not describe nor could I deal with. And I remember that a friend of mine came to me pretty much right after my 41st birthday. And she took our friendship in her hands for all practical purposes because I'm not the easiest person to approach with something that's sensitive. I kind of pushed back.
Gee, I hadn't
Oh, yeah.
noticed. Yeah.
I'm sure no one would believe
No
that.
one believes that.
And she came to me and she said, I'm worried.
Mm.
A friend of ours had just passed away from a stroke. And I think most Americans and most people around the world know Luther Vandross died alone in his apartment in New York.
Yeah.
She said, I cannot come into this apartment one day and find you dead on the floor.
Wow.
I'm worried about your weight. You can't breathe. You can't walk in the same way. You're not living your life. And I don't know what happened, Nancy. A light just really just hit me at that moment. And I said, I'm going to take control of my life and of my health.
Yeah.
And so I reached out to my doctors and I said, I'm ready. You tell me what I need to do. To make a very long story shorter, we talked about the fact that I had gotten so out of control. I needed some medical assistance.
Mhm.
And so we decided that I was going to have weight loss surgery. And back all those years ago, this was 2003, it required a number of doctors to talk you through this process because they really wanted to make sure you were going to be successful. And one of the doctors was indeed a psychiatrist that you had to sit down and actually talk about how you got to this point. It's one of the smartest things I've ever did. I chose to challenge what the status quo was. Chose to challenge what people expected of me. I chose to challenge what I expected of myself. And I didn't talk about it because I wasn't ready. It was very difficult to deal with the fact that somebody who was supposed to be the smart one, the one that did everything the right way, the one that was so successful, the one that other people came to for advice, it was very difficult for me to admit that that was fake.
Yeah.
I wasn't the smartest one in the room and that I needed the help. And I was really scared that I wasn't going to be successful. And so my doctors and I, we talked it through and we said, you find your space, you figure it out, you get healthy. And that's what I did. And I have to tell you, it's that choice, Nancy, that over the course of 2 years allowed me to lose 160 pounds.
Wow.
I was 307 on the day that I had weight loss surgery. And over the course of the next 15 years, I've kept off 100 to 100, 140 to 150 pounds.